It's like 3 degrees outside, so Ruger has to wear that hat. It's like a ski hat, but it's the only thing he'll keep around his ears because it like cinches around his face. Sorry you have to watch him pee, but that's pretty funny. Okay guys, this is like a Christmas mess. I'm trying to put away at least one of my trees before I go to work tonight. I want to show you a little hack that I learned a long time ago that has really helped me. I do it with all of my garland and light strings and ribbon and stuff that doesn't have like a good way to be stored. So let me see if I can put the camera in a good spot because I still have to find my stinking tripod so that I can show you this hack real quick. Ooh, look at all that dog hair on my curtain. Okay, now you can truly see the Christmas explosion. So anyway, I just take a hanger. Whoops. This is the beaded garland that just came off my tree. I take a hanger with these on it. And I had the end of this, but he's knocked my Christmas tree over at least twice. So I'm really anxious about this situation. So anyway, you take your hanger and your end of your garland or lights or whatever. Like these are beads, so you can twist them. Let me see if I can show you how I did that. You just twist them and pop them over each other. And then you just take and you wrap it. If you were ever like a little girl with dress up like jewelry, you know this twist thing because inevitably the clasps break and you have to twist it to get it to lock around your wrist or your neck or whatever. Okay, so it's like the space, the tension and the space between the beads is what holds it. And so you just do that. Wrap it opposite all the way around. Oops, it's kind of hard to show you this so you can see what I'm doing. And then this is 2 pieces together, but I think the thinniness of this, I can keep it all on one. My garlands and stuff I take apart. See, there's the end, which I've hooked it together like that too. I think we can get it all on this one. It doesn't have to be perfect, but to get it all on here like this will keep it from tangling up in your storage, and then you don't have a nightmare to deal with. See? And then when I have an end like that, I just tuck it in somewhere. Like I'll probably just like kind of twist these 2 together, and then I can deal with that next year. But then nothing is tangled up, and so lights, garland, anything, when you go to take it out next year, it's all nice together, and it stores fairly flat, so you can fit a whole lot more in your storage. So anyway, that was just a little tip I wanted to show you guys. Bye. Ooh, I didn't know how the lighting would be because it's 4:30 in the evening on the 31st of December, which I'm going down a road I swore I'd never drive on New Year's, because a few years ago I drove down this road and the cop told me that I was speeding, which I wasn't, but I was breaking the law because I didn't have a license. Whole nother story for a story time. Anyway, I ended up spending 3 weekends in jail over it, which was my own fault. But anyway, yeah. So I just wanted to get on here and say that it'll be after New Year's when you see this, but I secretly love New Year's. I might have already said that to you in a video, but I secretly love New Year's because I like to make resolutions, and I don't necessarily, why do I have a pen in my hand? I don't necessarily always stick to them, but I like to make resolutions. So, and I like the whole thing of New Year's. And I spent a few New Year's in a row not working on New Year's Eve. Or not a few in a row, I guess, because 19 to 20, I worked on New Year's Eve, but we ended up closing at like 10:30. So anyway, but that's the nature of the business that I work in, and so who knows what tonight will bring. I would rather spend it with my dude, but money is money, and it's a Friday night, and that's the deal, is that I'm working Fridays now. So I have pink lipstick on. Anyway, I'm excited. Later in the video, we'll talk about my resolutions. Okay, bye. You guys, I just had to run the numbers twice to realize how old I just turned a couple weeks ago. Because I turned 37, by the way. But there's deer tracks in the snow. There's not much snow on the road, but there's deer tracks in the little bit of snow there is. Anyway, so apparently I don't know, it's a sign of getting old. I remember a few years back, like maybe the end of my 20s. God, So if you think about it, I was in college 10 years ago. I'm gonna throw up. Anyway, and not really, I'm like in my 26 and my 27, whatever. I don't know, throwing random numbers out there. So then today, I'm like, what in the actual world? How old am I? But when I turned 37, like a month ago, I was thinking I was turning 38. So who knows what's going on. But anyway, Happy New Year. Today is 2022. I'm actually on my way to my parents' house right now to have New Year's dinner, a traditional Southern style New Year's dinner. We'll find out from my dad why we are going to eat what we are going to eat. We're parked at the gas station. I'm actually pumping gas right now, and I was able to run inside and pay for something and still come back out to the car and only have $10 worth of gas in my car because it is so cold outside that the gas pumps are pumping slow, which I used to live in Wisconsin in the wintertime, and I don't remember that being a thing then, but it is what it is. Anyway, it's 15 degrees out now at 2:30-ish in the afternoon. So it's cold. It's January. That's how it's going to be for a month and a half or so, at least 6 weeks. So, yeah. Anyway, I just left my parents' house. I was going to record my dad telling us why we ate what we ate for dinner. But he didn't seem like he was in the mood. He told me about it, which I already knew, but I wanted him to say it. But he just, you know, my dad's, he's 83 years old. He's not going to do something doesn't want to do. So I wasn't going to push it, but basically we have ham, which we're supposed to have pork jowl, but he was telling us that you can't get it done right up here because my dad's from Georgia. In the 40s, remember, he grew up in the 40s, he was born in 1938. So, you know, he said, if you can get it, people brine it like bacon and you're not supposed to, or I'm sorry, cure it like bacon, and that's not how it's supposed to be. So we do ham, and then collard greens for the greenbacks and black-eyed peas for the coppers, which is, you know, it's for prosperity. And, you know, your dollars and your coins. I'm just checking the gas pump to make sure I don't have a weird overflow situation. That happened to me once at this gas station. So now I have a paranoia. We do ham, collards, black-eyed peas, and cornbread. And then we like to eat this hot sauce. My mom's not super into it because she's not into spicy. But that my dad makes out of cayenne peppers. And it's good. It's like vinegary hot sauce, but not like Tabasco nasty crap. It's just, I don't know. It's good. I should have taken a shot of the bottle. And then sweet potato pie for dessert, and that's just tradition. That's traditional Southern New Year's meal, and that's what we have. So that is the story there. Once this gas finishes pumping in like the next 5 hours, I'll go home, and my dude and I are going to make some projects on the Cricut, and I will talk to you about my New Year's resolutions. Bye. So yeah, I wore those hot pink lips last night, and look, I can't even get it all off because I forgot that in my heavy lipstick wearing days when I was a smoker, or I was a smoker then, I bought like serious lipstick that I knew that I still had tricks I had to do, but I knew it would, the color would stay, so that I didn't look like a weirdo with like hot pink rings around my lips, or red or orange or whatever color I was wearing that day. Anyway, this gal that I work with now, she's super big into lipstick and stuff, but she, poor girl, has a cold sore, so she didn't wear any last night, but I did. And I'm only working Fridays from now on, so I'm thinking I'm gonna just like do a cool fun lipstick color every week. Maybe, we shall see. You got to see a chicken video on the 1st, which I should put a little update. Maybe if they're still behaving the way they were when I left the house, I'll tape that or record that, tape it. So because those chickens their coop is open. They can go in and out if they want, but they are literally staying in the coop because it's cold. It's probably, I haven't looked, but it's less than 10 degrees outside right now. It was 3 this morning at like 8 o'clock when I was recording my dog being silly. They're too cold, so they just want to stay in and be warm, but they're sitting there griping at me like it's my fault and I can do something about it. So anyway, I never know what the lighting will change to. What we're looking at here, I'm gonna zoom way in and it's gonna look real bad. So right in the center of where the darker bottom of the mountain meets the big mountain, is a little tiny light, like it's a house or something. And I always, like, this time of night I just see it and I fantasize about how cool it would be to live up there, how that's like another whole world. It's kind of like when I cross onto my road home, which we're on, and we're crossing into a whole nother land, and I really, really like it. I just really like it.